What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy 180 and Clay's Boxing for coming through and boosting up the coin. So we got another crazy leak for you, man. Right now, regarding Orderly Joshua John Stewart. Don Charles, Danny Dubois' trainer, has exposed the fact he believes AJ was off the moody, hippie, sports science hypnotism. That's why he was caught slipping. Here we go. Here's the bars from Don Charles. No doubt about it.
It turned up.
He was, in contrast, obviously it's my duty, my focus was on art, it has to be. But when I looked across the ring, because I know the kid really well, Anthony, I know him very well, and I saw a man who looked like he was in a trance. I saw a man who looked like he was under hypnosis. That's what I saw. Because I'm experienced, I can pick up on things. And I thought, we've got you.
Before a punch was thrown.
You have to know these things. You have to see the signs are always
Before
there.
the first bell, you looked at Joshua and thought, we've won this.
Because I didn't recognize the person that I know. Like I said, he's under under hypnosis, or he's just... They said Daniel was the one who was going to get stage fright. He looked like a man who was in shock. He's like, oh my God, this is real now. And he could also see the energy from the opposition. You don't see it. It's invisible. You can't see it. Feel the energy.
What are my thoughts on this? Now, it's been well documented years ago when, I think after, more or less after the Klitschko fight. Klitschko was the first man to whack AJ. 50-year-old Vladimir can't fight on the inside. Klitschko was the first man to whack AJ right on the side of his head. And ever since then, he came out, oh, I need a psychologist. Oh, I'm working in Loughborough with top psychologist. I'm working here with the top this and the top hypnotist cats. So, again, it's been documented. He has been doing all these corny hippie herb shit. Do you understand, people? Yeah? Because the problem today is, like I've been saying, yeah, you think you can buy, oh, well, I'll rent a $2,000 a day room to sit in a dark shed. That's going to help me. No, just fight or retire. It's that simple. Enjoy the chaos of battle. Idealize and idolize your journey to warrior's paradise. Yeah? That's what the warrior cultures were doing. They weren't interested in living or dying, if that makes sense. It wasn't an honour to live. It was an honour to have an honourable death. Yeah? I want to make sure I make it to warrior's paradise, not some corny ass Nick. That's what you have to flick your mind to be doing. And no amount of doctor this and psychiatrist that can put that in your head. All they're going to do is dig your pocket for £200 an hour. That's what they're made for. Come on now. Yeah? I could give you it in one line. Warrior's paradise. Simple as that. Babosh! Pop, pop, slip, bosh! Yeah, coming in and stuck to your head like this. Just wading straight through. Yeah, where do you think they made the word wading from? You best believe it was battle, people. You come in wading in like Baturbiev/Golovkin. Gennady Imad Golovkin. That's what you're supposed to do with your big ass. It's that simple. So anyway, there is a chance. I mean, if anyone was going to have all the psychologists and hypnotizers, hey, I'm sure I read it years ago. AJ was being experiments with hypnotism. Oh, where is it? Anthony Joshua. Oh, it's the problem with Google these days. They only give you. Well, I've read it. I'll take this for free. I've read it before, years ago. It's shitty Google now. Google only gives you things from this last month. It's like, who wants that? I want what's relevant to what I'm typing about. Not, oh, well, I'll give you everything that's in the last week. That's shit. It's really annoying. Never used to be like that, but anyway. Trust me, I ain't making it up. I've been doing this for 6-7 years. AJ, you got life and death with 60-year-old Vladimir Klitschko, and ever since then, he's been finished, psychologically speaking. Not really wanting to fight since then. Just been a bit of a faff. I'm trying to think what happened after Vlad. Who'd he fight? And he fought Vlad, and he fought... Actually, tell a lie, that's not fair. That's not fair. But I think it sowed the seeds of doubt in his head. Because Takam was a good fight. If you actually watch that back, he wasn't shitting himself. So it was ultimately the Ruiz situation put the things in his head, sowed the seeds, and then Mr. Blobby Double Cheese Ruiz. It was kind of like, oh damn, it's over for me right now. And it's never been the same since. And in terms of it's so funny going into this fight with Maximus Danielius Dubois. We was all talking about, well, look at AJ's trajectory. You got the Wallin fight, then you got the Ngannou fight, and this is the next level. He trending up. Oops. In reality, it's like, when you zoom out, you see different trends. You man was all focused on the immediate trend, the short-term trend. Right, every fight is getting better. If you zoomed out a bit, though, the real trend was Vladimir Klitschko, Double Cheese Ruiz, and Maximus Danielius Dubois. That was the real trend that was going on. Yeah? That was the real trend, ultimately. You can't take... all of AJ's wins, all of his success in the last few years, it was leading to nowhere, essentially. So he got in there with Maximus Danielius, and it was a wrap for him. Pop, pop. Danny D ain't playing like that. Yeah? He ain't playing like that. And that's the problem with Jon Stewart. He likes people like Andy Ruiz, who just comes in there to have a look. Yeah? Jerome Miller showed you what he does with Andy Ruiz. Slapped him all around the place. Andy Ruiz, Mr. Oh, AJ wouldn't stand and fight with me. Miller was right in front of you. Oh, I hurt my hand. Okay, get out of here with your big round ass. Don't want to hear no more from fake Mexican styles. Who can play, oh, AJ was running. He running, oh, he running. Miller's big ass, he ain't running nowhere. He was right in front of you, and you was all running everywhere in the ropes and shit. So get Double Cheese Ruiz out of here, man. He just always complaining, always soft, always lazy. Yeah, so forget about him. Who else was there? AJ likes them kind of fighters. Wallin, Ruiz, who are in awe of him, essentially. Yeah, Ruiz got lucky in that first fight, and the second fight proves that. Ruiz didn't really want to scrap. He literally threw a shot and it clipped him on his Humpty Dumpty. That's what happened there. He wasn't really Ruiz ain't a fighter like that. If he was, he wouldn't have fell off after his first win. Oh, it went to my head. Come on. Yeah, this is 2020. We don't need to hear about stories from the 70s. If you can't learn from what happened 50 years ago, fighters were losing their head with the coin. What are you doing in 2020? You got no excuse. We know, you know what I'm saying? So forget Mr. Double Cheese Ruiz, Wallin, Bumlenius. All them man, they know what they're there for. They're there to get paid / be in awe of Jon Stewart. If you're not in awe of AJ, he loses. Essentially. That's it, people. Usyk was not in awe of Johnston. Popping right in his mouth. Dubois was not in awe of him. Popping right in his mouth. Especially if you've got power. If you stick it on Jon Stewart, he finished. And I said that. I was the only one to say that. A lot of people were speculating, well, it could do this, it could do that. I told you. My only concern, I was, like most things in life, I said, if I knew Dubois was going to go in there and stick it on AJ, I'd have bet my life on it. I didn't know. Sometimes in these big fights, they come out and they kind of have a look. And if Dubois had come and had a look with AJ, it could have gone either way. AJ might have got comfortable and found his feet. If you come and straight out storming the beaches of Normandy on his arse, he's always going to be finished. He's always going to look like a rabbit in headlights. He's always going to look like a rabbit in headlights. He just is. Because he's not that good. He's not a fighter like that. Yeah, he's always needed a whole bunch of rounds to get the rhythm of things. Unless he's fighting a complete bum like Gary Cornish, he's always needed 12 rounds of Joseph Parker, 11 rounds of Takam, 7 rounds of Brazil. And I said this before the fight. When all the Anthony Johnston homosexuals were telling me, right, he knocked everyone out with the right hand. The actual facts are 11 rounds of Vlad, and he ended on his feet. 11 rounds of Takam, ended on his feet. 12 rounds of Parker, 7 rounds of Brazil, ended on his feet. AJ, I hate to break it to you homosexuals out there, AJ really doesn't have power like that. Wallin, 5 rounds, ends on his feet. Who is he really knocking out? Who? Mbongo. That was your big claim to fame. Oh, he knocked out Mbongo. Jake Paul, Jake Paul is useless. He's no good. He's no good whatsoever. Fake Paul's no good. He's useless. He can't box for toffee. And he shows you it's something to do with the wrestlers. The wrestlers can't take the look at the floor and bowl the right hand over. It just clips them right on their chin every time. That's what Mbongo was. Francis Mbongo is another one of them. Another Tyron Woodley. Coming in like this. Both hands open trying to wrestle. We sleep. Fact. That's what you man was running to the bank with. And I told you, it ain't going to work with a boxer like that. It just ain't. And I knew this from the Tommy Fury fight. Tommy Fury's crap. 0 out of 10. No good. And Fake Paul couldn't get the right hand off once in 8 rounds. So that shows you that party tricks that work with Tyron Woodley and Francis Mbongo don't work with D-level boxers. So it's not going to work with Danny D. It's not going to work with Maximus Danielius, is it? Come on now. Yeah? Anyway, digress. The point is, it don't matter if people... I believe he was hypnotised. Not so much as the fact that... Oh, that's the critical element why AJ wasn't himself. But it's more of... It's a symptom of the whole story. Is that the right word? I'm not sure. Him being under hypnotism, it sums up his whole camp. Looking for someone else to do it for him. Just put me under hypnosis. AJ's looking for anything he can get to not have to fight himself. Does that make sense? Yeah. If I met AJ and said to him, "Hey bro, I'll hypnotise you and make Pablo Ahmad Caesar come into your body," he'd take it. He'd pay me 100 million. He'd pay me 10 mil to put it in there. That's the kind of guy he is. He corny. Yeah. He don't want to wade and break through and make his own journey to Warriors Paradise. He don't want to do that. So I do believe there was a bit of corny hypnotism involved. Not enough critical. Not enough critical. If you watch AJ's fights when he fights Wallen and that, he's a bit nervy. I told you that. I did a whole video on it. We watched the whole Wallen fight. 5 rounds of faffing. Oh, so he likes to come out loose. And he comes out loose and has a bit of a look and fannies around. That works with Wallen and Mbongo. When Danielius Maximus comes out, pop, slip, bosh. He ain't with it like that. He ain't taking no prisoners. So all that loosey-goosey flow state rubbish that you lot was sucking off talking about Ben Diamato Davison, oops, nowhere to be found. It's no good. It's fugazi. Which really is, it's like Klitschko, if I'm honest. How AJ beat Klitschko. Most of these new age guys don't want to fight. Tyson Fury don't want to fight. AJ don't want to fight. And Klitschko didn't really want to fight. When AJ started opening up on Klitschko, he was finished. Right? Because Klitschko, the first 4 rounds of the Klitschko fight, that's how Klitschko likes to be. He likes to be fanning about. Fanny. He don't want to get at it. That's the new age. Today we have 2 fighters who want to fight, for sure. At the top level. Dubois and Usyk. They all come straight out, storming the beaches of Normandy. D-Daying. And that's a problem. You saw what Fury was doing. Fury was going, pulling faces and shit, because he didn't want to fight. And Michelle called it. I didn't believe it at the time. Obviously, I was compromised with coins, but I didn't believe that it was because Fury didn't want to fight, but it was. He had to distract and pretend he's having fun because he didn't want to fight. He didn't actually want to put his chin down and let some devastating, bad intention shots off. He wanted to just fanny about and see if he can nick a fight on points. That was his goal. Let me nick a fight on points because I don't really want to squabble. He don't want to, again, he's another one who doesn't want to carve out the road to Valhalla. He don't want to do that. And I'm telling you now, I believed before the Usyk fight that Fury was that guy. I don't know why I did. I believed it though. I believed, yeah, he's bare knuckle. He'll refuse to lose. But the premise of why I was backing Fury was that, yeah, I will back any fighter I believe is going to go in there and refuse to lose and find a way to win. I'm backing. So Usyk and Dubois right now, I'm taking them over everyone. Zhang, for example, look at Zhang. Zhang's skillful and whatnot, but guess what? He's lazy. He don't want to push through. He stumbled upon that Wilder KO. He didn't really set it up. Zhang looked great for a few rounds and then just falls off and does nothing for 8 rounds. So Zhang ain't really willing to go to Warriors Paradise. He gets tired and don't want to fight no more. Who else you got? Caballero. I like Caballero. I like Caballero. Caballero's, yeah, I like Caballero. I wouldn't mind. To be honest, they should make Caballero versus Parker, because let's get rid of Parker kind of thing, one of them ones. Or if Parker can beat Caballero, then great, but those two should really fight together. If that makes sense. But yeah, Caballero might be with it. Parker can't punch, unfortunately. So I'm not really interested in Parker like that. He just can't punch, man. If you can't get rid of that Wilder in there, he's useless. Come on, man. Parker Wilder's useless, man. If you can't get rid of Wilder, you can't punch. He's no good. He's got no defense and no chin. Anyway, people, was AJ hypnotized? If he wasn't, it would have made no difference, people. It shows you how estrogenic and low T he is. A man needing to be hypnotized to go into a fight. And if he wasn't hypnotized, he still shit himself. So it's lose-lose for him. He either was himself and shit himself, or he was estrogenic and needed to be hypnotized and still shit himself. So it's a big L for him, man. He a punk. He don't want to fight. Yeah, he don't want to fight until the last 10 seconds. And he comes galloping in like a horse. I think they hypnotized him. You know them zesty magic cats? They'll mug people off, apparently. If you go to one of these zesty, corny magic shows, they'll be like, yeah, who wants to volunteer? And you volunteer, and then 2 twos will have you on a mad one doing horse noises and shit. That's what AJ was. Oh, maybe Danny D's dad, yeah, maybe Danny D's pops is really onto the what do they call it, onto them voodoo things, man. He cooked a mean spell up. He cooked a mean spell up for Johnston. Had him all horse looking. He was galloping like this. Fucking hell. That's mad. Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.